The man pretended to be blind to avoid military service during the physical exam, but the officer suddenly showed him a hot girl, and the man was exposed right away.
Donc la vue, c'est bon.
Seeing that pretending to be blind didn't work, he started to act pitiful, saying his lower body was disabled and he had lost the ability to be a man. He hoped the officer would declare him unfit, but the officer didn't care.
Ça n'empêche pas de se battre.
In the end, the man was forced to the front lines. At that time, the French army had an unwritten rule. As long as you lost combat ability, you could go home. So he decided to hurt himself by shooting through his palm to escape military duty. But just as Max was about to pull the trigger, he realized something was off.
Si je te mutile d'abord, comment tu mutiles après? Quoi? Eh, moi aussi j'ai envie de rentrer à Mâcon, hein? Tu mutiles d'abord.
Non, tu mutiles d'abord.
Non, tu mutiles d'abord.
Tu me mutiles d'abord.
Tu me mutiles d'abord.
Mutile-toi, Max.
D'accord, bah je mutile tout seul.
Max aimed the gun at his palm, but after a long hesitation, he was too scared to shoot. Leon saw Max hesitating, so he grabbed the rifle and pointed it at his own right foot. But in the end, he didn't have the courage either. The two started arguing, and during the fight, the trigger was pulled by accident. A shot hit the sergeant in the butt. The sergeant was furious. As punishment, they were assigned to the most dangerous job, machine gunners. One day they were planning another escape when suddenly the Germans launched a bombing. The two panicked and ran. The captain ordered a retreat, giving them the perfect excuse to flee. They escaped the battlefield, but the Germans chased after them. They had to hide in a bathroom inside a civilian's home.
Ah, je suis touché. Mais non, c'est une gamine. Aïe!
Non mais qu'est-ce que vous...
An old lady came out, calling them cowards afraid to die. As the Germans approached, she had no choice but to hide them in a wardrobe. Soon the Germans broke in. The two men meowed like cats trying to trick the soldiers. But the Germans noticed that real cats and dogs were sitting quietly nearby. Their hiding spot was exposed, and they were caught. Suddenly, a gunshot rang out. The old lady shot and killed two German soldiers. She told the two to put on German uniforms and help them escape. They reached a nearby town. They just wanted to rest in a bar, but ran into 4 British deserters. Leon saw they had no weapons, so he used the same trick again. He ordered them to take off their uniforms. The two then disguised themselves as British soldiers, hoping to escape to England, which hadn't fallen yet. But as soon as they stepped outside, they were spotted by the Germans. Leon quickly began singing and dancing, trying to please them.
Nous envoyez pas chez vous, on va tout faire foirer. Les Français, on n'est jamais content et feignant, on se lave pas tout le temps. Les grèves et les syndics, ça c'est pas l'esprit germanique.
The French soldiers sang with all they had, but the Germans weren't amused. In the end, they were captured and sent to a concentration camp to wash clothes for German soldiers. Looking at the German uniforms, Leon had another idea. He dressed up the captured colonial prisoners in German uniforms, and together they escaped the camp. They made it to England, which was still safe. They thought they had finally escaped the war, but unexpectedly, they were drafted again by the British and sent back to Normandy in France. God bless them.